2024 UFC Topps Chrome has finally been released, and there are a metric ton of inserts in this product. But Fanatics gave us pack and box odds, so using some big brain math, we can determine which inserts are common, case hits, and super short print. If you've been confused on the rarity of inserts, this video is for you.
Let's watch some crazy stuff, yo!
Alright, so we've got our graphic of the tier list here. The best cards are going to be S tier. Below that, we're going to have basically the super short print, which are going to be the A tier. We got the case hits, which are the B tier. We got like the short prints, which are C tier, and the inserts, which are D tier. And as I go through each of those, I'll kind of tell you what my criteria is that needs to be met and what the odds are for each card in order to get into a certain tier. So first up, we'll start bottom to top. So right here, we just have in the D tier, we have the just normal inserts. These are super common. They're basically worthless by themselves. If you complete a whole set together with all of these, then you might have something there that will sell. But other than that, basically like 99-cent cards. We'll start off with the 1954, and I got my phone here. I'm just looking at all the images that I could find online because I don't have these in hand yet. We got the 1954 insert. I think it looks okay. It kind of reminds me of the Luminance from, I believe it was Chronicles. And this is going to be one every 3 packs. So these are, again, all of these in this tier are very common. You're going to open up, if you open a box, you're going to get a ton of these. Next up, we have the Tail of the Tape, which is not the greatest design. I think it's kind of interesting just because it is very specific to UFC. And these are going to be one of every 3 packs. So again, super common. You're going to open a ton of these. Next up, we got the AKA, which kind of reminds me of like the Origins with the color blasting in the background with the name. And these are going to be, again, very, very common. One of every 4 packs. You're going to be opening a ton of these. Next up in the D tier, we have the Super Giant, which actually don't hate this design. I'm not sure what's happening at the bottom, if this is like a UFO. Are we at the Luxor in Vegas? Like, not sure what exactly is happening, but I do think it's a clean design. As far as like the actual Photoshop goes, they did a good job on this one. This is, again, pretty common, one in every 5 packs. And lastly, to close out the D super common inserts, we have the International Flare. And, this is just kind of be like basically the flag insert that they have for a ton of products. I do like this design. I think they did kind of a good 3D job with the flag. It kind of looks like it's behind the actual card. And they really let the flag be front and center in these and kind of like shine and showcase the country for the fighter. So that rounds it out for the D tier. These are the super common inserts. These are 99-cent cards. Unless you can complete a whole set of these, probably not going to be worth much. All right, next up, this is going to be the C tier. I'm going to call these like short prints. They're not rare enough to be case hits because the box odds tell us that they are not low enough to be 1 per case. But they're still pretty rare. So these should have some decent value depending on, if you like the design or not. First up, we'll have the Countdown. This is going to be 1 in every 4 boxes. So this is essentially 3 of these cards could potentially be in 1 case. Decent design, depending on what image they pick, could be a fun card. Next up, we have the Representing. And this is 1 for every 5 boxes. So this is 2.4 cards per case. So again, pretty rare, but not like, not incredible, not a case hit. And after that, we got the Generation Now. This is 1 for every 5 boxes. So this is the same as the Representing. It's 2.4 per case. And let me see if I got a pic of that one in here. There was a couple that I couldn't. Next up, we have what I think is one of the best designs of the set. It is the Kings and Queens, and this is 1 for every 6 boxes. This is 2 per case. These cards are going for, in my opinion, way too much right now. I think we've seen a couple sales already for over $200. These are not that rare. Like they're not that rare. 2 per case, 1 in every 6 boxes. I mean, they are really nice cards. Don't get me wrong. This is probably my favorite design of the set, but I think if you're trying to chase these, wait a couple weeks. There's going to be a ton of these that are coming out. These are not even rare enough to be case hits. They're 2 per case, literally 1 for every 6 boxes. So be careful if you're trying to get those already. And lastly, to round out the C tier and the short prints, we have the Fists of Fury. And this is going to be one for every 7 boxes, 1.71. You're going to hit 1.71 of these cards per case. And this is actually a decent design, I think. It is horizontal. I know some people don't like to display horizontal cards because they kind of mess up the spacing in their display cases. But the lettering at the top reminds me of like Vegas or like slot machines or something like that for some reason. I get like a gambling Vegas vibe from this. And also kind of like the guy doing a punch here at the bottom of the card. I think that's interesting. But these are more rare than the kings and queens. And I'm seeing, you know, I watch some breakers and stuff, and people are just glossing over these. These are rare, y'all. Like, we need to pay attention with this product because there are so many different inserts, and some of these you're not even going to know that they're rare, and it's going to be way more rare than you think. So make sure that you don't get swindled if you're selling. If you found anything in this video helpful, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. All right, moving up the tier list, we are now at the B tier. These are legitimate case hits. These are about right around 1 card per case. So if that's what you're after for rarity, these are the 2 cards that you would want. And this, we're going to start with the Youthquake. And these are 1 for every 10 boxes. So it's around 1.2 cards per case. And I think this is actually a really nice design. I don't really know what a Youthquake is, but as far as just the design goes, there's a lot going on, but I think aesthetically it looks pretty good. Next up, we have the UFC Fight Night, and these are 1 for every 13 boxes. So this is rarer than a case hit. I believe it was like 0.92, so it's less than a case hit, or it's more rare than a case hit. And what I did really like about this design is it kind of reminded me of like the Ultimate Fighter cards that they had from, I forget what year, it was back in the day with Topps, with the white and the red and the UFC logo in the back. Really clean, and on the back it's really clean as well. So this is, again, one of my more favorite designs from all the inserts. We got a ton to choose from though. Honestly, I kind of wish they would have cut the number of inserts in half, and I would have reordered these a little bit different. I would have made the kings and queens much more rare because they're so nice. But we can talk about that in another episode. And moving on up again, we are now at the A tier. We are getting into very rare territory now. I'm going to call these like a super, super short print. So these are basically twice as rare as all the cards that we just talked about. First up, we have the Energized, which honestly is kind of I didn't think it was that great of a design. I kind of like the colors on it, but there's not really too much going on. But it is 1 for every 25 boxes. So it is 2.08 cases per hit. So this is twice as rare as the Fight Night and as the Youthquake. And up next, we have the Let's Go, which is 1 for every 37 boxes. It is 3.08 cases per hit to get one of these. I haven't even seen one of these online yet. So I don't know if this is a misprint or if that's literally just how rare these are, but I don't even have a card to reference. I don't know if I'm gonna have a card to even show you guys right now. Okay, we are now at the top. This is the S tier. This is the top tier. These are almost, one of these cards is like impossible to hit. So if you hit either of these, you have a massive card on your hands. Again, I haven't seen anyone hit either of these two, and you know, it might be a while before we see this, honestly. First up, we have the Spitting Venom. This is 1 for every 121 boxes. So this is 10 cases to hit one of these. That's how rare this is. Again, this would take you 10 cases to hit one of these on average, which is insane. The design's all right. I mean, it's kind of, it looks kind of cheap, but you know, the rarity of it alone, if I got one of these, I'd try and flip it myself. I don't really like how it looks that much. But I mean, the rarity's there, and that's what's cool about these pack odds is like the inserts actually, to me, carry more weight now that I know how many, you know, what the odds are. I know that these are rare. Before they called them case hit, they called them short print. We have no idea what that means. Now I actually know how rare these inserts are. And the king at the top of the castle, the king of the hill, Hank Hill is here. The propane and propane accessories. It is the Hidden Gems. This is 1 for every 226 boxes. This is 18.3 cases that you would have to rip to get one of these. That's insane. insane. Again, we don't have a picture of this. That's how rare this is. This is the same odds as hitting a base superfractor. I will repeat that again. This is the same odds as hitting a base super refractor. Insane hit. I hope you guys realize how rare that is. I was surprised. I was shocked to see that it was 1 for every 226 boxes under hidden gems. And I said, let me see what that equals. It's the same odds as hitting a super refractor. So pretty sick. Hopefully this was helpful. I know I was a little confused when I first saw all these. So I went to the checklist and, I thought maybe some other people would appreciate this information because I saw some stuff online, people not necessarily understanding what was what. So I thought I would kind of go deep into it and break it down. So I hope this was helpful. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, please. We're trying to get to 1,000. We're getting pretty close. But thanks for watching, everybody.